From the world of AV programming and control with James King, I'm Steve Greenblatt, and this is Ask the Programmer. We are recording for this episode part 2 of 3 with the Q-SYS team, and we're at ISE2023. We're in the Midwich stand, so if this sounds a little bit different, we're on location. And with me to guest host today is Brittany DiCesare from Control Concepts. Welcome, Brittany.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. And we have a special guest, Tammy Fuqua from Q-SYS. Welcome, Tammy.
Thank you for having me.
And if you don't know, we have a past relationship, and Tammy was part of our team and is still a friend and still a family member for us. So it's great to have her back, and it's great to be talking. Tammy, one of the exciting announcements at ISE was about the Developer Partner Program that Q-SYS announced at the beginning of the show. Can you tell us a little bit about that and why it's important to Q-SYS?
Sure. So the Developer Partner Program is a support arm to our Technology Partner Program. So you might know that in December we officially launched the Technology Partner Program, and my counterpart goes out and finds manufacturers that need plugins made. From there, a scope of work is done internally, and then it's passed to me, and then I would take it to a developer partner to complete the plugin development. The program was very much needed, but actually both, because Q-SYS really wants to invest in the ecosystem, and I think in the past there wasn't a complete way for us to do that. So we developed 2 programs to be able to help the market with plugin development.
And so one of them is interfacing with manufacturers to talk about the importance of plugins, and then the other is to bring developers and manufacturers together for the creation of plugins. And if you don't know what a plugin is, we should check the last episode. We talked about plugins as a way of being able to take an API and bring that into the Q-SYS platform and ecosystem. Brittany, give us, I guess, why is the Developer Partner Program important from your perspective?
Yeah, so with what I do at Control Concepts, I'm talking to manufacturers constantly and helping them get their names, their products, work with them to create these plugins and get them into the ecosystems. And so being able to be a part of Q-SYS's Developer Partner Program is huge, to have that visibility and to be able to help these manufacturers. Our team went through training and testing, and it's not something that you just say, I want to sign up and you're in, right? It's an extensive rubric to get through, but the reason for us at Control Concepts why that was important to us was because now we can show the manufacturers we do it like Q-SYS would. And it's doing it exactly like if Q-SYS did it themselves. We've got that check, we've got that, we can be certified, we can do everything that you need.
Yeah, I mean, you're bringing up some incredibly great points here. We didn't just ask anyone to be in this program. We went out and we cherry-picked what we thought were the best developers to be able to do this program, because it was important for us to show these manufacturers that not only are we referring to developers that we put through a rigorous training program, and we also tested you out, made sure that you could do the plugins. But there was a lot of being able to show these manufacturers that you could also do the support in the back end.
Right.
You can't just throw them a plugin and just be like, okay, well, we're all done. Okay, so we wanted to make sure that you were able to also do the support on the back end. So
yeah,
it was important for us.
Well, and we wanted, you guys wanted to make sure that the programmers had someone to call when they have questions and they need a little bit more assistance, and that's so important because not only is the third-party manufacturer's name on the line, Q-SYS is too. And so you want to make sure that the developers can help support all of that as well, and it's not all falling on Q-SYS.
Right, and then we also have a really great forum that I think you're going to be talking about later, which is communities, and our developers are able to go into this forum and ask questions. So not only do they get the support from Q-SYS, but they also get support from their peers. So that was also important to make sure that you guys were already in that communities forum and you were already being able to interact there. It was a formula of you've already done some plugins for us. Now we're giving you a certification rubric. You're following that. It was a perfect mix of being able to have the right partner that was doing the right things that we were looking for.
So what type of opportunities do you think that this presents for programmers moving forward? I'm presuming that this program is going to expand and is going to grow.
Absolutely.
More companies are going to get involved. But from an individual programmer, a lot of our audience are programmers looking to get further in the industry, looking to be able to connect with others. What does that look like within the Q-SYS world?
I think the best way is through communities. I mean, developers, when it came to the Developer Partner Program, we were looking for development houses to be able to do that support. With individual programmers, the next thing I would say is communities is that way of being able to get deeper into our ecosystem and being able to find out more about how to do a plugin and be able to bounce ideas off of other programmers.
One thing to clarify too, we talk a lot about manufacturer plugins, but there's also others called utility plugins. Brittany, do you want to elaborate on that a little?
Yeah, so utility plugins are almost like those tools that you use when you're building plugins, and so a lot of times developers will have these that they use in-house, that they use internally as they're developing, and so at Control Concepts what we've done is offer some for free. Like if it's a tool we've used to help expedite our development, sometimes we'll be like, you know what, our programmers, they could use this. Other developers who are doing these for smaller projects, they might want this. So we like to give out those tools just to help expedite things.
Well, and I think that that's a great gift to the industry. I mean, here you are doing this plugin development, and then you're not just throwing it up there and saying, okay, pay me for it. I mean, there's this free gift of look at what we've made to help you integrate with the product. So that's awesome.
Well, and our I speak a lot for Control Concepts because it's where I am and it's my home, but we come from the programming background and we understand it, and we understand sometimes the stress that falls on the programmers in the field, and we want to make sure that we can ease some of that burden for them. So.
Well, that's why I think it's great that you guys are in this industry, being able to help everyone. It's awesome.
Which really speaks to why this podcast exists. What we're trying to do is really rally around programmers, give them a bigger voice, give them the opportunity to connect and to get recognized for what they do, but also, I think, clarify what it is we do and the importance of it. So that's really what this podcast is about. So Tammy, can you tell us a little bit about how to reach you, how the audience can get in touch, learn more about the program, and also about Q-SYS?
Absolutely, yes. Well, first you can email me. My email address is Tammy, Tammy.Fuqua, which is F as in Frank, UQUA, at Q-SYS.com. I know that's a little bit of a mouthful, but Tammy.Fuqua at Q-SYS.com. You can also reach me on my very original Twitter handle, which is just Tammy Fuqua 3. Don't ask me who Tammy Fuqua 1, 2, and whatever is. And then also I'm on LinkedIn, so you can reach out to me on LinkedIn as well.
Wonderful. And Brittany, thank you again for co-hosting. How can people get in touch with you, learn about our company, as well as what you're up to? Yeah,
so you can learn more about us and other ways to contact me at controlconcepts.net. And you can also find me on LinkedIn and Twitter at Britt Dice.
Can I do one little shout out to James?
Sure.
I love James so much, and I wish he was here. So James, next time we'll do one together. So
we can arrange that.
All right.
And hopefully James will be able to come out to ISE one of these days, but we'll certainly get to see him at InfoComm.
Yep.
And shout out to James. So for me, you can reach me at Steve Greenblatt on social media. As Brittany said, our company is at controlconcepts.net. I do some writing for AV Network and Commercial Integrator, and I also have the State of Control podcast on avnation.tv. And But please listen, subscribe, and tell us what you think about Ask the Programmer. You can find us on Apple and Google Podcasts as well as the video on YouTube. And we'd love to hear from you. We'd like to know what you like, what you want to hear more of, and some of your questions so that we can ask the programmer. And with that, thank you for listening and watching, and this has been Ask the Programmer.